as you all know that the knee joint injuries or knee pain is quite common for the elite or the recreational athletes, and quite commonly observed the knee brace, and also the knee tape. It was reported that players with a knee pain or knee injuries will show conservative or even compensatory movements that will probably reduce the performance and even leading to some other injury risks. And from the injury mechanism, it was revealed that chronic injury is due to the repetitive submaximal lunges accumulation. But for the acute injuries, it's because of maximal lunges plus some inciting factors such as the court or the full weight, or even some players are fatigued or something. Current approaches of the musculoskeletal modeling and also the finite element simulation provide feasible and reliable approaches to solve this problem. And thus, our project is aiming to first review the knee joint kinematics, that's basically the joint angles, and also the knee joint moments in Newton per meter per kilogram, and also the quadriceps, that's basically this muscle, quadriceps muscle force, and also the knee joint contact force, and also the fifth is a patellar and femoral cartilage, that's a soft tissue stress. I'm currently working research staff in Ningbo University. Actually, we work very close with the Zhejiang College of Sports. That's actually Zheng Siwei and Huang Yaqing where it comes from. And I recruited 20 national Chinese badminton athletes. These are the basic informations. And in terms of court, the different colors, that's actually to highlight my results later. That's basically the protocol. I invited the players into the lab and doing the static conditions to get the model, and also I got the imaging data to see. You see, that's the city-based knee model because the knee joint actually has a medial compartment, a lateral compartment. That's a condom. And I want to review how the force is distributed either on the medial side or the lateral side. That's actually quite important. Also, I do the inverse kinematics to get joint angles, and do the inverse dynamics to get the joint moments, and the static condition to get the muscle activation and also the muscle force. And also, I do the joint reaction to get the joint contact force. That's the approach. First, I do the lab motion capture to get the macro trajectory and also the ground reaction force. From the animation here, I did the inverse kinematics to get the knee joint angles and also the knee inverse dynamic to get the knee joint moments. From the animation, you can see the green arrow goes up. That's actually the ground reaction force, the three-dimensional ground reaction force. And from here, I do the static optimization. You can see the lines that's actually the muscles, and the colors goes from blue to red. That's actually to show the muscle activation. From blue is no activation to red is 100% activation. I can get the joint, the muscle force. And the next step is the finite element. You can see from here, that's basically the green one goes up is the ground reaction force, and the dark green is the tibial femoral contact force. That's basically the knee joint contact force. And the blue one goes up is the patellar femoral contact force. From the kinematics, I can get the knee joint positions, and also the quadriceps goes up. That's the boundary condition applied for the finite element model simulation. To see the cartilage stress distribution. And that's the approach from the images to get the model, the position, and also apply the quadriceps muscle force. See, that's the cartilage stress distribution. Okay, comes to my results. You see, this is the animation of the movements I did. And for all my players, they are right-handed. And you can see here the right forward, right backward, left forward. That basically means right hand forward and backward, and backhand backward, forward and backhand backward. In terms of kinematics, the joint angles, only in the horizontal plane, the internal rotation, I found some difference in the backhand backward. From my explanation, that probably is because during this returning, the players has a 100% rotating and backward facing the court. That's probably the reason. And here, also one thing to be noted that the backhand backward has a higher knee flexion moment. That should be noted because from here, the player moves rapidly to that position. From my knowledge, I think most of the athletes, the backhand backward is always the most vulnerable side returning because they want to move that return and come to the base position because they don't know, they're not sure how is the return. The opponent might just smash. And in terms of the knee contact force, as I mentioned, I have the medial compartment and lateral compartment. That's actually quite interesting. You can see while the landing, most of the force focus to the medial side during the landing. But while pushing off, the force goes to the lateral side. From my explanation, that's probably because the medial, because for the quadriceps, I have the full force. The medial quadriceps is quite stronger, much stronger than the lateral side. That actually most of the loadings you want to be noticed is actually during the landing, during the braking, and this muscle is quite strong and leading to most of the contact force to the medial side during the impact. While the pushing off is because of the hip pulling the position. Actually, most of the injury happens here, not here, right? And that's one thing to be noted. And from here, that's the patellofemoral contact force. You can see that's basically the distribution. And the left backhand, that's the same as I mentioned before. It's the same, quite consistent. That the backhand backward has higher patellofemoral contact force. That also should be noted. And using the knee joint angles and also the quadriceps, that's basically the vastus lateralis, vastus medialis, and vastus intermedialis. That's basically the full force. I apply the force into the model, and you can see the distribution of the stress. And here, basically the same. The backhand backward, they have much higher stress than other direction. This probably, from my explanation, this probably is because one thing that once going to that return, players tend to move faster, and also the muscles activate stronger because they want to rapidly return and then come back to the base position for the next return. They don't know. And as I mentioned, I also did the sub-maximum and also maximum lunges. And you can see the knee moment basically almost doubled. That's quite huge. And also the contact force increased compared to the sub-maximum. These are the muscle force of these four muscles, as I mentioned. Because I have a lot of athletes, for the force, I normalize the unit into body weight because the athlete, the body weight is different. But in terms of your athletes, for each individuals, you can just measure the muscle force in Newton and normalize that into body weight. That's the reference. And the conclusion is that basically the backhand, especially the backhand backward, has higher knee contact force. That should be noted. And also, I explained the muscle force. Basically, the medial quadriceps is stronger than the lateral side. But you don't want that. You want to balance the knee loading, not just focus to the medial side. You want to balance that. And that basically means, apart from the medial quadriceps, you want to emphasize the lateral quadriceps as well. That's basically the muscle contribution you can just utilize in the training program to improve the quadriceps muscle force, so as to maybe prevent or even increase the performance. Quite interestingly.
Okay, coaches, I'm going to move you on to the last rotation, please. This is the last choice.
Just 1 minute. You can
one
see
of the
these
two stations you've not yet been to.
Apart from the soft tissue loadings, actually the ligament injuries is also quite important. Currently, I'm doing.
And presenters, I'm going to ask you to start
to synchronize the force as a lot of the loadings with the sensors,
5,
measuring sensors,
4,
and synchronize
3,
moving that into the court
2,
to achieve real-time
1.
on-court
Last station.
Thank you.